But we're going to start off with just an unbelievable game out in Arizona. The Giants, crazy comeback against the Cardinals. They were down 28-7 with only a few minutes left in the third quarter. They claw all the way back down. I believe at halftime it was 21-0, correct? Or 20-0?
Yeah, no, it was 21-0.
21-0 at halftime. It was the first time this win that the Giants overcame a halftime deficit of 20 or more points since they beat the Chicago Cardinals in October of 1949. The stats about this game are wild. I think the Giants, 6 quarters in without a point, the first time they've opened a season with that long of a scoring drought since 1934. And for somehow, some way, every Giants fan we know is texting us unspeakable things about how upset they are with this team. And by the end of the night, they're celebrating a win. They're 1-1, and the season stays alive. So, Ziggy, with so much emotions in this game for Giants fans, try and place yourself in their shoes. Are you more concerned about what you saw in that first half and what you saw against Dallas in the first game of the season? Or are you like, okay, you know what? Win's a win. Let's go. We got San Francisco.
Look, there are lots of reasons to be concerned, but if the Giants had lost this game, the season was probably over.
Yeah.
You look at their upcoming schedule, they're at 49ers versus Seahawks, at Dolphins, at Bills. Realistic chance of the momentum they were getting, they were starting 0-6, and you don't come back from 0-6. But instead, they win the game. Saquon gets hurt, which is what I'm worried about if I'm a Giants fan. It looked like it was an ankle injury. My guess is a high ankle sprain, like the one that bothered him a couple years back. Could linger a while, could cause a lot of problems, but you have to be happy with the win. And the fact is, I mean, things started to look a lot better in that second half.
So
Daniel Jones was running well. He was passing all right. You know, Darren Waller, that connection looked good. Jalen Hyatt, he made a couple big plays. Like, this offense was able to function. And given what we saw in the first 6 quarters, a functional offense is a lot more than you could expect.
Yeah, this Giants team, think about the first half. They had about 80 yards, just getting dominated by what many people believe is the worst team in the NFL. And then to flip the script, second half, 358 yards compared to just 138 for the Cardinals. It was, huge for their season to turn it around like that. And that's what you need to do if you're the Giants. Against teams like the Cardinals, you're hoping to go back to the playoffs if you're New York. You need to be able to dominate teams like this because Josh Dobbs looked like he was Tom Brady in the first half. I had a couple friends over watching, big Giants fans, and they were like, what the hell's going on with Dobbs here? He looks unbelievable. And you need to be able to shut guys like that down, especially given that schedule you mentioned. 3 of the 4 games on the road with San Francisco, Miami, and the last one was
Bills.
The Bills on the road. Yeah. So it's a huge win for the Giants, as you said, to save their season. And yeah, for the first time in a while, you saw what you wanted to see regarding the hype at receiver. It wasn't like people were going crazy, but Jalen Hyatt, 2 huge catches in the second half. Darren Waller, a couple really big plays. It's all going to come down to what Saquon's injury is, and we'll find out more in the coming days. Probably by tomorrow, we'll have a good idea. But without him, I'm really concerned with what this offense can accomplish. But while we can still stay positive here, you finally saw a glimpse of what you were hoping Daniel Jones and this offense could be in that second half.
Here's what you hope comes out of this game, even if Saquon's hurt. Here's what this team now knows. No matter how far in the hole we are, no matter how bad things are, if we work together and play smart football, we can come back and win. And that's not nothing, right? You see a lot of teams like down 20-0. It is very easy to give up.
Oh, yeah.
You read off all the numbers. Nobody comes back from stuff like that. It's been almost a century since the Giants had to start this bad in the NFL.
Except Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Except for, of course, but they don't have Kirk Cousins. They have Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
So just getting that established is worth something. And there will be times, there's no question, in the upcoming weeks when things will feel hopeless. What you hope is that the Giants can draw on this. Remember that even when things looked bad, they kept it together and played well.
Yep.
And hope this lets them take the haymaker that the 49ers are going to throw at them in a couple of days.
Oh, yeah. And it's so important, as you said, for them to know this quality team is in there somewhere. That when they're on their A game, they can be a dominant football team at times. Again, it's just the Cardinals. We know that. But it's important to see that in the second half.
So winning in the NFL is hard. It doesn't matter if you're against the alleged worst team in the NFL. The Cardinals have some good players. It's hard.